I think slowing down computers, old computers, is an example of a brain which is put under high pressure. And so a brain is also an information processing machine, or even a prediction machine. And in a prediction machine, so the brain takes in information and predicts the outcome. And like in electronic equipment, if the prediction deviates from the experienced outcome, you have to adjust your system. And that's the same like in the computer. So when you put in a signal in a computer or in an electronic system, and it deviates, like in a feedback system, it deviates, you adjust kind of the processing system, the regulation system of the set point, then it gets calibrated again. The metaphor also goes for the repair. So one of the main points I try to make in my lecture is that we have a lot of research on, let's say, the primary causes of autism and ADHD. These primary causes are in genetic factors, they are in environmental factors, and in the interplay between the environment and genes. And there's nothing wrong with that. So it's very important to identify which are the factors that cause autism or ADHD. But it may well be that the symptoms we observe in our clinical classifications are more based on the brain adaptation, so secondary brain responses, rather than the primary causes. So if we develop our treatments on the basis of the secondary behavioral responses, and thus think that should be our treatment, we are wrong. So we should really think about how the brain reacts to these initial problems. And just I explained, let's say, for example, slowing down may be a strategy to cope with problems in information processing. So I took the example of the computer. I also could have taken the example of, let's say, you are driving your car on the highway, but you get slightly older. You have less time to process all these signals on the road. The best strategy is to slow down. Is to slow down a little bit. Then you can handle all this information, and you can manage perfectly, and you can drive without any problem. And so then the slowdown of driving or the slowing down of processing is kind of the secondary feature. Yes. And by learning about these secondary features, you can learn about how he can help people to adjust to processing difficulties. Most of our research is directed to the so-called primary problems. So one of these is to start early on, to start from scratch on, to start with babies. So baby research, I like baby research to be re-evaluated. We have a lot of baby research going on, particularly focused on autism, but we should also restart these studies for example, high risk for ADHD and other disorders. And by starting from scratch on at the baby age, so at age 1 to 3 years of age, there is less room, less opportunity for all these secondary changes.